Mary.
And Amma.
We watch us a like,
Share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below, y'all. Today we are going to be talking about sister wives. You know, when it's reviewing seasons was it? She started from the beginning with season 1. She just did season 1, and now she did season 2 and 3. We watched them both, so we'll be reviewing it and uploading it.
Yes.
But I want to talk about season 1, and one thing in particular, I kind of wanted us to talk about was why didn't the Brown parents, the moms and the father, why didn't they encourage their children to be in polygamy? Because they encouraged them to be free and to have their own choice and all that stuff,
and also to get an education.
But they
never pushed for the whole polygamy thing.
And it just makes me wonder: did they secretly hate it? Or did they secretly feel like this was not the life for them? I feel like Cody has always felt like that.
Well, because he went in the whole thing for ego.
Well, he went in there because he needed help. Because he didn't have a pocket piston and he didn't have a window to throw it out of.
Ego and sex.
And finances.
Yes, all of that. That's why he went into it. But then when he saw the ramifications of having all the children and the responsibilities.
Yeah.
And he was comfortable. Didn't have to struggle anymore. The money's there. Was able to get a young woman 10 years younger than him. All of a sudden now, this might not be what I really like.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have monogamy here to the side, but still be getting money from these other wives. And then my wife, who is too pretty. You're too pretty to cook and clean. As she moves back, as you try to kiss her. I mean,
that's what Peyton said. Robin found somebody to take care of her kids, and Cody found love in his life.
Miss me with that.
Yeah.
It's like that Nick Cannon. When you were there getting your freak on with all the 9 different women, all the 9 different children, all of a sudden now, you know something. It's kind of really difficult.
But
you think when you were out there spreading your semen all over the place with your Lyme disease.
I don't want to say sickly
it's not
semen,
the best.
It's not grade A semen,
right?
It's not because you're sick.
Okay.
I mean,
when you were spraying us all over the place with women who are not even in the same state, getting your freak on, and showing that, hey, Mariah, you may have left me, but guess what? You may have 2 kids with me, but guess what? I'm gonna have other kids over here.
And now Mariah is filing for a primary custody. I didn't even know she did that. This whole time they had joint custody. She's like, he don't even see the kids. But, this fool, Nick Cannon, he has been coming out as of lately, and he's basically been like, he had posted some tweet the other day.
He's like regretting.
No.
Having these 9 kids.
He
That's how he
decided
sounds
to sit
like.
down in his delusion and be even more braggadocious about it. He said, what would you guys prefer? A loyal partner and bad sex for the rest of your life? Or would you rather have bomb sex with someone who isn't loyal? Just posting all these weird questions as if he's trying to say that his sex is so bomb. That's why these women are with him and having all these kids.
Those things is just Nick talking. You know what was real?
And then he even said that he would like to make Taylor Swift his 8th baby mother.
Oh, please. Let's see if Taylor Swift, you will even smell her perfume as she passes. That reminds me of that Tory Lacey, Kylie Jenner.
Wait, he trying to be with Kylie Jenner?
And she had to go on her porch and have security remove himself from her home.
So much so that Megan Thee Stallion came out this girl said we gotta get our ancestors out of this house. Bitch, we gotta go.
And he got so upset about that
he decided to shoot her.
Nick, you're delusional. But you know what was real? When I think it was after Christmas, he had to go to all the different homes in all the different states.
He realized how hard it was.
And Mariah was saying that, he is not really involved that much in their children's lives.
Yeah.
And he sat down and had this moment for once of some kind of self-reflection.
Yeah.
And thought, and he said it. It's difficult. It's hard for anyone to do this. I had to be in 5 different states, to go see my children. It's I can't really spend enough time with them. He said it. It's hard to do. That's what I listen to. This other thing that he's doing now, try to be braggadocious about some bomb sex, bruh. No sex is that bomb for you to have all these babies there, and one day they turn around and they start calling you to take account for what you have not been able to supply them with.
And the women are only doing this because they're thinking this is the only way that we can get money. It's by being one of his many baby mothers.
Yeah, because they feel like, I mean, at least when he comes, he brings, 40,000 or whatever. How can I get 40,000 easily?
The only black
And
woman
at least he will, come and, I don't know, the little time he spends. I have no idea what makes any woman sit down and think to themselves, yes, I need to, of all the men in the world, the billion of men in the world, I need to find a Nick Cannon to go have a baby with.
And the only black woman that he impregnated has moved on. She has basically tried to just take care of her child by herself and is now dating an Asian man. She has decided to detach herself from all things Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this point, it's just his degeneracy.
Yeah.
But I think maybe the wives, like from Sister
Yeah.
Wives, they really enjoy the
she's doing the right thing
camaraderie
because
of having the family.
She moved off and found somebody. Somebody else completely. Some of those other women with Nick Cannon, it's like they're waiting around for him whenever he comes and decides to impregnate them again, which makes no sense.
But back
Do
to the
you
sister
think-
wives, I
do
think
you
that
think
the
Cody-
wives actually wanted to have the family. They kind of enjoyed raising their kids together. I'm sure it was not easy. I'm sure it wasn't easy for Mary. I don't think Mary really wanted polygamy. I don't think so. I think she
they
wanted
were
monogamy.
complicit? I wonder sometimes if they were too complicit.
Obviously they were. I feel like Christine.
A little bit. But then what do you do when this is their life?
I think the only
They
ones who-
bought into polygamy. And then this guy was moving away from it with nobody knowing.
I think the
Just
only
him.
I think the only ones who generally probably wanted it, I would probably have to say is Janelle and maybe Robin. Maybe
definitely
Christine a
wanted
little
polygamy
bit.
because she grew up in that.
I
And
know.
she thought it was going to be beautiful and it was going to be great. And for a while, she thought it was. She
Yeah,
was,
I think Christine wanted it too. I think Mary's the one
I
who
mean,
probably really didn't want it.
I don't think Mary wanted it.
But I don't think
she
they
went
really. I don't think they tried to like teach the kids about it because I think like after a while they just kind of felt like it was a chore. I feel like Janelle's not really into the whole mothering and teacher thing. That's why she didn't really say much. But I feel like Christine, she was having a hard time. Mary never really liked it. Robin, she was somewhere. So I just feel like.
So you know what?
And I don't think Cody believed in it after a while.
But I think that as human beings we do this. And I don't know, just when you were talking I was thinking, is this some kind of like indoctrination? Because really we are taught, I realized when I was watching some of the old TV shows, I realized just how we learn a lot about how to handle certain things from TV shows that we watch, you know? So what I have seen is this. When it comes to education, hey, yeah, you've got to go and get a college degree, right? But then when it comes to things like religion, sometimes we tend to be hands-off parents.
Yeah.
Well, let my child go and do whatever. You can kind of believe whatever. Your belief is your belief. However, when it comes to that education, you better go to college. You need to be in college. As soon as you finish school, you have to go to college. Why do we do that? But then when it comes to our belief, whatever that belief system is that we feel like has helped us in our life or whatever, all of a sudden it's like, well, you get to believe whatever. Is it because that's what we are learning? When it comes to belief, let people believe what they want. But when it comes to certain things about your life, in terms of education, we are going to push that.
I think the reason
And
why.
then let me finish this point because I had something else in my mind. And then the other thing, with marriage, you raise your child up, right? You've done all this stuff. You've been so involved in their lives. And then when it comes to marriage, all of a sudden, your hands off. You don't want to say anything because you don't want to rock the boat. I have friends who do that, and even me myself, to an extent. Sometimes I have to say, well, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. But all of a sudden, we're hands off. And my parents, the same thing too, Well, I don't want to. And my dad had told me one time, he's like, I said, why didn't you have more of a say in who I was going to marry? He says, I don't want to tell you marry this person and then you blame me later on if your marriage does not work. But why is that? That some things we are like, this is what you got to do. And then other things, we are so lackadaisic about it as parents. I'm just asking the question because I even see me myself doing that. But I wonder, well, to an extent, I have to fight it. I have to fight whatever it is.
So I feel like
You know,
you have pretty much been like, we should like follow Islam. Like I feel like you have always encouraged us to like be Muslim and to like
Well,
follow
sure.
the word of God and everything.
For sure.
And I feel like you also kind of have been quite involved with like who like I date or who I marry. Like I mean, I remember I got
But I
engaged.
have been hands up a little bit
No,
too.
that's a whole lie.
I have.
Because I was going to. I got
Sometimes
engaged.
I let you
I got
go
in-
with your stuff. But sometimes I let you go.
That no.
You know, I don't
She's
like.
sitting up here lying, okay? Because I actually got engaged to somebody here, and let's just say mom was just like, yeah, no, it ain't gonna work. I mean, obviously, I came to my.
To you.
I mean, but I'm happy she did because even
I
I
did
knew
talk
this was
to
not the
you.
life that I wanted. But she was very much all up in my face, arguing with me every single day. This isn't who you should be with. You shouldn't be with him. This is what you wanted for your life, and you had dreams, and this isn't gonna have to work out the way you think. Literally, we were yelling at each other almost every single day for 2 months. Until like the engagement ended,
it wasn't
like
for
it was
2
actually
months.
a nightmare. It was a living nightmare.
She
Okay,
might
so
feel it was a nightmare.
it was actually a nightmare. Even
But-
Dada, even our helper, we call her Dada. She was just like every time she would hear us yell, like she would like try to break down in tears.
Well, she come
So
up with
she
that.
is not
She's
hands
like,
off whatsoever. She has always been a tiger mother. She's always been like this. So don't y'all dare fall for that lie. And those conversations. Like no, like, and I'm sure if I decided to get with somebody who was a dusty, she would basically kidnap me and take me back to America. So, as far as I'm concerned, no. I feel like there are some parents who are hands off. She's not one. But hey, I mean, I have gotten this far unscathed, so I'm not going to really say too much. But I feel like the reason why the Browns do it is because one, they're on TV.
But think
Two,
about
I
it,
feel
though.
like the reason
It's
why.
not just them who do that.
No, but I feel like the
I
reason
think
why they do
we
it
as-
specifically on the TV is
Okay.
because one,
They're on TV.
they're in polygamy.
Okay.
Everybody's already thinking, oh my God, one
polygamy
man,
is
4
bad.
women.
Okay, got
These
you.
women are here in this horrible
That's
relationship.
true.
This man is not doing right by them.
Mhm.
This, that, and the third. But they want to give this persona, like in this first
We're
season,
easy.
like we're
We
easy.
don't-
There's freedom of choice. The girls, they
Yes.
don't have to do this by force.
Okay,
So I
got
feel
you.
like one, it
That
is a
so
facade.
true. That is so
But
true.
two, also, I do believe that Cody is actually conservative. I feel like he has conservative values, but he acts like the Democrats, where it's like, oh, I'm conservative,
Let me
but
get-
I have these views, but I'm going to sit down here and
Everybody
lie
can
in
be
your
free.
face and be like, this is what I'm really for, but really I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's how he is, because
yeah.
I don't think him and Robin
think
agree
Robin
with
is like that.
Gwen's lifestyle. I don't.
Right, or Leon.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then also I feel like,
And that's why
I
they're
don't
not
know.
going to go to the wedding.
Yeah. But I also feel like Christine, I don't feel like Christine is conservative. I feel like she's pretty accepting of her kids.
I think so.
I think so,
I
but I
think she's
feel
like
like
a
she
free
was.
spirit, though.
But I think she was kind of wondering about it because she was because when Leon came out, it's like, yes, I am lesbian.
You could tell in her
Mariah,
face-
she was at the time.
At the
Mariah,
time, right.
She said, yes, I am a lesbian. I am gay. I mean, Christine was just sitting here like, well, how did you get
She
here?
did not
Like,
pretend.
she was not going to pretend.
She was not
gonna
pretending,
fake.
hugging, none of that stuff.
Yeah.
She was
But
saying
Robin
that she
all
was.
fake. Robin would have a whole cow if whatever gets on about, I'm gay, mommy. Like
She
that.
was the fakest of it all.
Like, oh my God! Like she jumps up before she
was
even
the-
get the words out her mouth.
Yeah.
So
And
I feel like
I
that's
don't
why
know what the
they.
hell Janelle was doing.
Janelle has checked out.
I think Janelle stays checked out. Actually.
I mean,
it's like whatever you want to do.
Hey,
I'm fine with
I'm not here
and she-
anyway, so I'm going to accept you. It's that single mom
And in
syndrome.
her, yeah, and in her book also she did say
Yeah,
that that's just the kind of person she is.
she was
She's
an
not going to.
what is it, ambivalence or ambivalent? Who was it?
ambivalent, like she's
Ambivalent.
ambivalent.
She's not there.
Yeah, she, and the other thing, she was working so much.
So that's that guilt. Because I mean, even you had that
She's
when you were a
always-
single mom.
yeah.
You will always get us like fast food, and so you'll get us ice cream. So that you'll take us out when we wanted to, like go to Walking Station
the
Park.
fast
Even though
food
you're
was
like,
later in life.
Yeah, that
and,
was.
Yeah, and that when you guys were younger, it was like maybe once a week.
but you would take us to Walking Nature Park. Like I felt like you
I did a lot
guilty
of things. Even though when I was tired, it's like, oh, they want to go here, let me go with them.
Yeah.
Even though I don't have any sleep, I'll sleep there. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, just because it's like I didn't want you guys not to be able to do the things you needed to do.
Yeah.
For your extracurricular activities and stuff, because I was working so much.
Yeah.
So my sleep was okay. I can sleep when they're doing their stuff.
Yeah.
Which may be a little embarrassing, but
Yeah.
that was just it. But yeah, I can see why Janelle is doing that.
But I think that's why they haven't really
don't push
encouraged it. But I
Because
also
of the-
feel like
that's true, because you don't want the polygamy had such
a negative connotation.
and it's the same thing like with Islam.
Yeah.
Islam for a while had such a negative thing.
Because like, oh my God, the women cover,
And all that stuff. You have no freedom.
which is
The
not
men
true.
are like telling you what to do. They can have their 4 wives and this and that. The women have no say. They have no life. They have no rights.
Yeah.
And you know, so yeah, I can see why you will be like, oh no, they can be free and be free to do X, X, Y, Z.
And also in Islam, really, the hijab is a protection, so people will be known and you won't be harmed. Really, it has nothing to do with the man. Like, if you choose, like, I mean, obviously, we choose not to cover and wear the hijab. That's our choice. That is our a journey we're still on.
Yes.
But also, it's hot as hell in after. I like to cover
it's
before
our
I came.
journey.
It's our journey.
It's our journey. I'm not
it's
going
every
to try to
woman's
pretend
journey.
that that's not what is there in the Quran, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's one
But
of
it's
the
our
things that
journey,
we're not
and it's
doing.
our freedom of choice. There's a freedom of
Inshallah,
choice.
one day we'll get to a space
Yes.
where we will be like that. But that's
But
not
that's
now.
not the case now.
No, it's not.
But, yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah, I think that's why. But I feel like it's a little
see
bit
why
they did not
were
really
that.
like it. I feel like it's a little bit of that.
I think
And
so.
then I also feel
I
like-
didn't think about that actually. Now when I think about it in terms of, Islam, I can see how you'll get to that space
Yeah.
where you're like, I don't want, and my dad was like that because he was Muslim, my mom was Christian.
Yeah.
And when they got married, my mom was going to change and become Muslim. My dad said no. He's like, I don't want you to change to become Muslim if you don't have that same belief. Because I don't want to force you to do something that you don't, that's
Don't
not
wanna
really
do.
what your belief is. And what we'll do, we'll just, teach them both religions and then they can just choose whatever they want to do. And that's kind of what we did. But, yeah, so I can see with you kids, I was just like, this is the way that I see that has worked for me.
Yeah.
This is the beauty of this religion. This is the beauty of this, and give that all to them. However, if they got up tomorrow and decided they wanted to do X, Y, Z, that's on them too. It has nothing to do with me. I'm not gonna be upset and all that stuff. That's on them. Because like my mom always says, religion is a very personal thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I will definitely, I definitely encourage them and tell them the beauty of the religion. Like you grew to actually love it.
Yeah.
And want to do this. It was
I
never something. And there are some families who are like, you have to pray and they will be on you and be doing all of this. I never did that.
Yeah.
I will pray, my daily prayers, and I'll call you guys, invite you.
But we decided that we
and a
what
lot
she
of
wanted to be
times
like.
they will take their time and come in at the end of the prayer and do it. But it doesn't matter. I don't chastise them for that. I just, I'm just happy that they showed up. The prayer was 5 minutes. Okay, they showed up for the last minute or 30 seconds. Hey, I'm cool. But sometimes they don't show up at all. And that's fine too. So, but I can see when you have the TV camera there,
Yeah.
where, well, no, they can do whatever they want to, but there's a price for that too.
Yeah.
But
I
also,
don't think...
maybe, like you said, they were not, do you think they were losing their faith?
Oh, absolutely, Christine.
Maybe
for sure.
they didn't like it that much and they wondered, like, will this even be good? Do I even want my daughter to be doing this?
You know who I think was thinking like that? Probably Mary and probably Christine. Christine and
those
Mary.
two,
Christine
yeah.
was having it the worst. I
Yeah.
feel like Mary has always hated it from the very beginning, from the time that she was growling across the field when Christine was talking about a masculine man, and she had to share him. And then of course Cody had basically
Yeah, we
his
saw that
lustful
growling
self,
that she did.
like
We're
being.
just like, what is this?
And on top of that, with all the women being able to get pregnant, I feel like the reason
Yeah.
why Mary was not able to get pregnant was because of Cody.
The stress.
The
The
stress prevented her from actually ever getting pregnant. Like, I promise you, that's why she was not able to get pregnant. I think it was the stress, 100%.
I think the stress.
And
may
then
have
she keeps
contributed.
it bottled up. Like, she's not
And
somebody
takes it out
on the kids. Like, she bottles it up with him, and then she will lash out at the wives. Like, I remember
the
she
kids, yeah.
was laughing at Christine when she was pregnant, talking about how, oh, you're so fat, and all that stuff.
And Christina already felt that way.
Yeah.
Already felt like.
But she
chubby.
holds everything in
Yeah.
with Cody. You know what I'm saying?
But
and that's really
she
who
holds
she needs to
everything
talk to.
in instead of you're right.
So that's why I think
Yeah.
it was stress. Because when you see Mary, she never looks beige. You know, like because you know,
She
like her
always looks
normal
like a
skin
tomato.
color,
Yeah,
she
yeah, yeah.
always looks like a cherry tomato, and
Yeah.
she doesn't have good skin.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
honest, I
Yeah.
think because it manifests on the inside, and she
inside,
can't
yeah.
let it out.
She has like she's always.
The tears are always on the surface.
always with her. Like there was a lot of pain there.
There's no healing.
There's a lot of pain. There was a lot of pain with Mary. And I think towards the end, she just kind of learns to mask it well.
Started laughing like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Even when things weren't funny.
Yeah.
Even when things were kind of in a bad position, she'll be chuckling
Yeah.
to herself. Very odd.
Yeah. It was either that or the little anger. Remember when Christine was talking about how she was leaving in a week and Cody had the knife in the
I'm glad someone
and
said
Mary
it
was like
because
this.
someone had to say it. Girl,
With
you
her
are
chin
sitting down
up.
there 15 years sexless.
As she held on to Robin and
Who was
Robin
not even-
sobbed in her arms. Girl, we never saw no tear. We just heard the noise, the crying sounds that even I have learned to make. I have learned to make that because next time I get me a man,
I will be acting very delicate and fragile, even if I'm not. But because my man is
Right.
there to be the man. I'm not going to sit down here and put on my boxers and say, hey, I'm the man and I got a man. I ain't doing that. I'm going to wear my panties, as Cynthia said, and I'm going to let him be the man.
You're
Oh my
ready to
God, I
go.
need help. Please, open this water for me, honey. Oh my God, my hands.
Sure. Oh, I know, women.
I know. Oh, honey, you're so strong.
Oh, here you go. Here you go, honey.
Oh my God, can you
Lay
loosen
you-
it for me?
Oh,
You tighten
sure.
it again.
Yeah, I can do. I'll just hold
you.
this.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You need me to cover it?
Refreshing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Go.
You're so strong.
Oh, thank you.
How did I ever get so blessed with a man like you? Thanks.
And just like that, that's how you do it, ladies.
Yes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little role play that we just had. But it's Mary.
And Alba,
Comment down below your thoughts
about this. Yes.
Yes,
Did they
yes.
not say anything, or were they just so free with whether their kids became in this lifestyle or not because of the camera,
Yeah.
or had they been having such a hard time with it, and just were like, I don't see the benefit for a woman to go in this lifestyle.
Yeah. I mean, the kids basically said, I mean, Gwen even pointed out that, you know, it's crazy. They have all these kids and now one of us want to be in polygamy.
Yeah.
I
And
think
the
it's like-
sons, I think
yeah.
the sons did not do it. Why?
They saw their mom suffer.
And that's what I think a lot of times men don't realize. Sons are actually very close to their mothers, usually. That's the case. And they have that heart for their mom.
And usually
So-
they're the mother's protector.
So if the daddy's doing something that's wrong, you're not going to bring them into that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where they learn how to protect and how to
Yeah.
cover a woman. Like when boys are first born or whatever, I feel like their
Yeah.
first protecting job would be with their mom.
And their
Like
sisters.
trying to practice how
And
to
their
be a
sisters,
man. It'll
for
be
sure.
with their
That-
mom and their sisters.
Yeah.
Like that's where they start
I
to get
think
their
with your brother,
manhood
he started
strength.
with you.
Yeah.
Start walking around. Why you look at my sister?
I remember I was in the mall. And this
Cover
is
your
what-
eyes. Lower your gaze. And like, huh?
I was
And
in
he
the
didn't
mall
care.
one
He
day,
will
and
approach
this man was, I
groups
guess
of
he was
guys.
staring at me or whatever.
It was
like with a group of
2 or 3
men.
guys, yeah.
Yeah, and he was like,
Young
why are you
guys.
staring at my sister for? And I was just like, oh my god.
And it actually wasn't. They were looking at his girlfriend who was behind her. They're like, oh no, this is my girlfriend
But I don't
here.
think he believed them.
Until when he saw the girl, he was like, oh, okay. That was like, I said, you need to, stop. But yeah, he was very protective. I remember one time, which was so cute. You went to go get your vaccines and you were crying. You
Oh my god, I hate shots. I don't even know how a nose piercing really.
Here her brother goes and he's like, give it to me! Give it to me! Give it to me! I'm the man! Give it to me! And he was like 11 years old.
And it's like, I still have to get my
and
shot.
everybody was like, oh baby, we can't give you her shot because we already gave you your shot. We still gotta give her. He was crying and he was like manning up. So yeah, he's always been protective. Such a sweetheart.
Yeah, I can't stand vaccines. Like, even when I went to go get my nose pierced, like, I literally had to hold somebody's hand, like, as I was crying my eyes out. And I actually got it one day when she was at work, and she didn't even know.
No, I actually did know.
Well, no, I knew, but I don't think you knew
me.
the day. I don't think you knew what day. You were gonna do I just came with the nose pierced. I was like, oh, hi, Mom.
I was watching you that day, and I was like, there's something going on with you. What's going on? And then you finally told me I was planning on getting my nose pierced.
Yeah.
And I was against it until I spoke to one Muslim sister we know. And
you see, like, Tiger Mother. Tiger Mother.
Like,
even when I wanted a nose piercing, and she's like this. She needed another Muslim sister to confirm, to be like, oh, I was going to get it regardless, though, because I already booked
covered anyway and all that stuff. You know, we have to beautify the parts of our bodies that, are not covered. And, she was like, I have a nose ring. All of my sisters and we have nose rings.
I mean, my next intention is to get 2 more ear piercings on both ears. That day I'll be satisfied. I will never get tattoos. I can't do, I don't understand how people go and get stabbed. Also, I mean, it's just not our thing in Islam. But I don't know how people go and get stabbed several times with a needle.
It's not a thing in the Bible either.
Yeah, I just don't know how people go and stab themselves several times with a needle. You just get henna. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. That's crazy.
You can get the henna.
At least with a piercing, it's just one.
The time is really going. But
yeah. Bye, y'all.
Bye.